You know, I have seen a lot of questionable paranormal investigation in my time. But this one is special.
All hell's gonna break loose.
3 men, 3 cameras, and about zero understanding of how real world works. They call themselves the Fourman Brothers, a trio of self-proclaimed paranormal experts who hunt ghosts using phone apps and holy water. Yes, really. And tonight, they are investigating the home of their friend, a woman terrified, confused, and convinced she's haunted. Spoiler alert, the only thing haunting this house is bad science. Ciao amici miei! Today's piatto del giorno is served straight from the land of cornfields, crosses and confusion, Indiana! And joining us on this fine paranormal buffet are the Fourman Brothers, or as I would like to call them, the Three Stooges. A fearless trio of ghost investigators who approach the supernatural with the precision of a toddler playing with a walkie-talkie. Armed with their trusty phone apps, Spirit Talker, some questionable gadgets, and a deep faith in whatever the static noise tells them, these guys have built an entire career chasing EMF spikes and calling it evidence. But here's the best part, they don't just go to haunted places. Oh no, they select their clients very carefully. Usually it's someone, how do I put this gently? Someone who is either one prayer away from seeing Jesus in their toaster, or so deep in denial that the real ghosts are the ones inside their own medical records. And this time they didn't have to go far because the haunted house belongs to their friends. Yes, you heard that right, friends. The perfect combination of bias, bad science, and basement level critical thinking. So buckle up, grab your holy water or your espresso, and let's dive into the Indiana investigation that somehow manages to be both tragic and hilarious all at once. But wait, little disclaimer first. Before we start tearing apart the methods of the Fourman Brothers, let's take a moment to look at their client. I won't make any jokes in this part, and I'll treat it as seriously as possible. This couple were self-proclaimed investigators, and unfortunately, the gentleman passed away last August. My condolences to the surviving member of this family. Let's hear her story first.
11 years ago, we used to have a table right there where the couch is, and I was doing something with my mom, and out the corner of my eye, I seen a man from the shoulders down walk from this wall towards the stove. We called the cops, but they didn't find anybody, and I think it was a ghost or a shadow that I called the cops.
Seeing a human shape out of the corner of your eye can be terrifying and totally natural. Our peripheral vision isn't good at detail. It detects motion and contrast. Combine that with dim lighting and shadows can look like a person moving. The brain fills in missing details automatically. That's called pareidolia, and it's a survival instinct, not a haunting.
You can hear noises in my room. You can hear that all the time, like somebody's walking in that room, but there's nobody in there. We were both in the kitchen, and we heard Daddy, and it sounded like my oldest daughter's voice, but she lives in Muncie.
Old houses make sounds, wood expands, pipes pop, air moves through vents. But our brains are wired to recognize familiar patterns, especially voices. That's called auditory pareidolia, when we hear a random noise and interpret it as something meaningful, like a loved one's voice. It's your brain trying to make sense of the chaos.
And we have a ghost meter or something that spikes if something comes close to it. And I put it on her back, and it went all the way to full, and that red light was making bright, and it was making all kinds of noises.
Ghost meters are just EMF detectors. They react to electromagnetic fields from phones, routers, even power lines. The lights and sound mean energy, not spirits. They were made for electricians, not ghost hunters. So if it goes to red, it doesn't mean a spirit's near you. It means your phone's doing its best impression of one.
And I heard a man say, "Hey," and I was in the shower a little bit later and felt something do that on my ear. But I was the only one in there.
Hearing a short word or whisper can come from background noise or from what's called hypnagogic hallucination, sensory glitches that happen when we are tired or stressed. The touch on the ear might be a simple muscle twitch or air current, but fear turns a small sensation into something that feels absolutely real.
My husband's seen the old woman and smelled the old woman, but I haven't. But I've just seen the man. And I guess there's writing on one of the walls in the back, and every time they tried painting over it, it just come right back through.
Shared sightings often come from suggestion. When one person describes something vividly, others start to remember it too. Smells can linger from mold, fabric softener, or old materials that release sweet or musty odors. As for the writing, that's not paranormal ink. All stains or tannins can bleed through flesh paint if the surface isn't sealed properly. It's chemistry, not possession.
But we're getting ready to remodel the house, and I have a feeling when we start doing that, all hell's gonna break loose.
So previous owners have had activity.
Yeah.
Renovations actually do increase activity, but for physical reasons. Knocking down walls changes airflow and temperature, loosens old boards, releases dust and vibrations. You hear more creaks, see more shadows. The same condition can create similar experiences across different owners. That's environment, not evidence.
I have no idea. She was sleeping in a chair, we got that shadow, and then she has another video or picture of something trying to develop, white mist, trying to develop in the middle of that doorway. She was getting ready to go to bed, and she must have heard something back there. And she turned on her camera, and you could see it walk out, stop, and then walk back. Like that tall, it's like a child size.
Low light cameras often create false motion or ghostly mist because the sensor struggles with contrast. Dust close to the lens or small lighting changes can appear like a moving shape. It's not an optical artifact, not a figure. Basically, your camera's brain trying to invent what it can't see clearly. And honestly, if your camera starts seeing children made of fog, it might just need a coffee, not an exorcism.
We've caught orbs in here, we've caught noises in here, we catch everything. I know part of it's new, an add-on, but I think the back part's the oldest part, and I believe it's the 1800s.
Orbs. Do I really have to comment on this?
My husband was asking questions, and your name popped up, and it said strangers and don't antagonize. I've been touched on the back. I was walking out the door, and it's like, go ahead.
The magic of Spirit Talker app. Feeling a push or a touch, that can be static, air pressure, or simple expectation. Once you believe something is there, your body reacts as if it really is. And in regards of the app itself, do I really have to comment on that too? Stupid! What are we really seeing here? A woman scared out of her mind, possibly dealing with anxiety or other issues, and with a total lack of understanding of the simplest natural phenomena. Add a dash of religious bias, and you've got the perfect customer for our very own Mo, Larry, and Curly of ghost hunting. Yeah, I know, you're not surprised. Already at this point, the debunk is already 90% complete. All the claims and so-called evidence come from K2 meters, picture, and a Spirit Talker app. Other evidence?
This thing it did this number. That's how far it moved.
It moved 2 centimeters, roughly 1 inch. 1 bloody inch, and that was sufficient for you to immediately think that this was the work of a ghost? Not constant micro vibration, no, a ghost. Look, From one side, I can understand why they think this way. Too many occurrences mixed with a total lack of physics one-on-one knowledge, plus the fear factor. A deadly cocktail that can mislead a lot of people. At this point, a serious investigator would actually explain all I explained above and possibly suggest the couple to have a psychological evaluation on the matter. But not the Three Stooges, no sir! Guided by the power of the Almighty, they will do whatever it takes to save the day! So take your rosary and load your squirt guns with holy waters and let's find out what the Three Stooges here are dealing with.
Can you please respond for us?
It looked like a shadow just went up that wall towards your elbow.
And of course, with 3 cameras rolling, nobody was able to capture this. Great start, people, great start. Oh wait, but Mo is recording something, and that's always promising.
It looked like a shadow just went up that wall towards your elbow.
Are you by me right now?
Either I'm deaf or my headset has a paranormal noise cancelling filter, because I honestly heard nothing but statics.
Oh, I guess. So what you heard?
Yeah. The person that I just heard, like I said, we're just here to communicate with you tonight.
No, Mo, you heard static. Plain, simple static. And of course the classic spooky knocking. Scary for those who come from Reality Challengeville.
That's pretty loud in there.
Once again, nothing but silence. Big question, Mo. Why don't you send one of your brothers to check? Oh, of course not. What for? Jesus, they just started the investigation and I am already questioning my life choices. I can taste regret.
Could you please tell me your name?
Yes!
Justin is so juicy.
Hello, Crow, and thank you for stopping by.
Anything for my Justin daddy.
Indeed, Justin is a national treasure.
Banana hammock boy.
It's like a cold spot right here.
Mo. God help me with this one. Mo. Right in front of you, you can literally see the entrance door. Old, drafty, barely insulated. I don't want to repeat the same rant about cold spots being perfectly natural in any house, but can you please for once connect 2 neurons together and acknowledge the possibility that there is a door leading outside?
It's like something's like blowing on my fingers.
Of course, Curly here had to chime in and double down on this parade of nonsense. Both of you, again, door behind you. Chances that a ghost is walking around you, close to 0. Chances that you are standing in front of a draft, extremely high.
In my arm. It just feels like something's just blowing cold air on my fingers.
That's why I feel like cold air right here. Okay, we're gonna try the new Epic Box.
Epic box? Oh, a new thing. I'm curious.
Yes, no.
Wait. It's just a word generator. Bummer. Because apparently Pareidolia alone wasn't doing the job well enough.
Okay, anybody in here with us? I got this device here that you can answer yes or no to our questions.
Three Stooges.
Is there a woman inside this house with us right now?
For sure more interesting than this investigation.
Is there a man inside this house?
Curly, you're so funny. Kablam, take that.
Yes.
That's like the fourth time I think something's touched me. Did you just touch me?
Yes.
No way.
Oh yes, Mo. Now you have definitive proof that ghosts are real. Great job! I felt attached, then I asked my Epic box, which randomly say yes or no, and it said yes! Bloody hell, people! What are we waiting for? Call the press! Ma va a cagare!
Are you the father?
So, according to our geniuses here, a ball of energy just shot out of the mirror. Incredible story! Unless you have heard of, insects? Puttana galera. This is not a spirit. It's not energy. It's a bug that made the mistake of flying into your collective delusion. Congratulations! You just proved the existence of houseflies. Ma va a cagare! To be fair, I don't want to spend too much time on this war generator session because war generators are about as trustworthy as a bunch of politicians. Not to mention, these devices have been debunked countless times. You want an example? Take a look at this.
Blessed.
Why'd you say Josh's name last night?
Protect. Another room.
What room? The kitchen? Set that alarm off out there. No. The bedroom?
Don't you find it curious? Blessed, protect, another room. And when asked which room, dead silence. Now, a person with a minimum amount of common sense would say, this device is unreliable. But here we are, dealing with a trio that either doesn't know or pretends not to know what common sense even is. And this entire investigation is just that. A DR16/Spirit Talker festival with not a single trace of a real evidence.
Just coexist with this family. Because we're not doing a cleansing, we're not doing a blessing, we're not going to try to make you leave or force you out of this house.
And surprisingly, this time they didn't cosplay as priests. Very odd. It's basically their trademark move. Well, to be fair, the family requested them not to do precisely that. I wonder why.
Or your family.
You're being followed.
You're being followed.
You're being followed? Yeah, sometimes I feel like my BS is following me, and I have no privacy. I find it very hard to take them seriously.
Whoa!
He shouts.
Holy I hope one of my... What the frick?
Dude, bro moment!
I hope one of my cameras just caught that. The GoPro, or their security cameras.
No, they haven't. Surprised? Considering that the house is basically in front of a street, could be anything, like, I don't know, a normal bystander passing by.
Holy crap, I got freaking cold chills. As soon as I mentioned that,
Spiritual warrior.
a dark shadow went straight out of that bedroom, straight over towards the front door. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Mo, I think you haven't really seen many crazy things in your life if this is your benchmark.
Holy shit, I'm afraid to go over there now.
Once again, a professional investigator who doesn't want to investigate. I won't even comment on the BS that Spirit Talker just conjured up in this moment. Spirit Warrior? You know it's top tier nonsense when even Mo refuses to acknowledge it.
It has been a long time since I have seen a dark mass like that, full body apparition, walk straight out of that freaking bedroom.
Moments ago, you said you'd never seen anything this crazy. Now, suddenly, it's been a long time since I have seen a black mass, a fully bloody apparition. And on this note, we can conclude this fantastic brand new advent. Oh, sorry, wait a moment. Upload. A re-upload of an old case, you say? They only changed the title, you say? Yes. Wait a moment. Isn't this against YouTube's term of service? A gray area. What does it mean, it's a gray area? Ladies and gentlemen, Mo, Larry, and Curly, aka the Fourman Brothers. A trio you already know very well, and a trio that has been at the center of more than one discussion regarding their questionable methods. Many creators in this community, myself included, have already spoken out about these methods, the use of phone apps and other circus-worthy gadgets, supposedly in the name of helping people through serious investigations. And according to those who have looked even deeper into their works, sometimes those investigations involve a little audio magic in post-production. But what really bothers me the most is not the tech, it's the attitude. The self-proclaimed title of authorities in the paranormal field, which is already laughable on its own, or posing as authorities, and even worse, their insistence on pretending themselves as religious figures, preaching and blessing as if they were the second coming of Girolamo Savonarola himself, all to give themselves a sense of legitimacy when, at the end of the day, what they really are is a group of illusionists performing in front of an audience that doesn't know there's a trick. With one major difference: the illusionist admits he's fooling you, the Fourman Brothers don't. And the video itself? Well, as I mentioned earlier, it's just a re-upload of one of their older cases, disguised as an heartfelt tribute, sure, but still a re-upload nonetheless. Technically, that goes against YouTube's own terms of service, doesn't it? But let's set that aside. What truly worries me is the title, another tragic end to a family-haunting Paranormal Nightmare TV. Dear Fourman Brothers, that title strongly suggests that your late friend passed away because of a haunting. Anyone with a bit of critical thinking can see it's nothing but a clickbait. But unfortunately, your audience doesn't exactly shine for its skepticism, I would say. And that's the part that really troubles me. Because this isn't an attack, this isn't a rant, it's a reflection. And I want to ask you this, dear viewers. Who's really the problem here? The Fourman Brothers and their carnival-style ghost hunting? Or the people who consume these videos with blind faith, never questioning, treating them like sacred gospel instead of cheap entertainment? Please folks, let me know in the comments. Oh, and on one last note, dear Fourman Brothers, that line in your description, this video is protected by copyright law and may not be used or reproduced without the express written permission of the copyright owner. It doesn't actually shield you from criticism or satire. Those are fully protected under the Fair Use Act, and that's exactly what this was. And with that said, amici miei, I bid you my farewell for now. Like this video, hype it, if you so wish of course, and if you are new, subscribe for fun satirical content and wrestling. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, always question the status quo, and I see you all the next time. Happy Halloween, ciao!